Cue the music. Danganronpa is a murder mystery game full of some really weird kills and killers. To enjoy the series to the fullest, you have to suspend your disbelief and just take in the wackiness of it all. But even in a game with such ridiculous moments and characters, there are still some very well-crafted mysteries that are handled seriously to provide a gripping narrative. And of course, there's the opposite. So, which of Danganronpa's murderers is the dullest knife in Genocide Jack's shed? Well, is that the saying? Dullest knife in the shed? Oh well. In the drawer? You get it. Or maybe it's me. Anyways, without further ado, the dumbest killer in Danganronpa, in my opinion, is Korekiyo Shinguchi. Not only do I think Korekiyo has the worst constructed murder plan in all 3 games, but I also think that this chapter, Transfer Student from Beyond the Grave, is the worst chapter in the entire franchise. But what makes Korekiyo the dumbest killer? Well, don't worry, because I'm going to tell you all about it. But before that, I quickly want to address what I think most people would say if asked to pick the dumbest killer in the series. The killer from Trigger Happy Havoc's second trial. And while, yes, I totally understand that, the murder in this chapter is done in the heat of the moment, and the killer had no intentions of covering it up. On the other hand, Korekiyo is portrayed as an intelligent character, and his crime is born of an intricately developed plan. But even though Kiyo's plan is complicated and a decent mystery, it's still an awful fucking plan. If anything, I honestly think the plan of just fucking decking someone on the spot and leaving them might give you better chances of not getting caught. So I'm gonna stand 10 toes down and defend 1-2's killer. Now then, let's take a look at the crime of the ultimate anthropologist. In this chapter, Kiyo actually commits 2 murders, but believe it or not, we don't even have to really discuss the first one that much. The locked room murder is honestly a really well-crafted crime and a pretty good mystery. I wouldn't have used the sword from my own room to do it, but, technically anyone could get in there and take it, so it's not inherently incriminating. But yeah, overall, Kiyo's first kill is pretty well handled, especially considering that it was a spur-of-the-moment plan. But if he stopped there, we wouldn't be talking about this. Unfortunately for Korekiyo, and us, and anybody who likes good story, and oh yeah, I guess Tenko too. Kiyo suffers from everyone's absolute favorite motivation for killing. He's crazy. Yup, hoping for an interesting narrative reason for murder to occur? Well, that's too bad. He's crazy, so he kills. Again! And the murder of Tenko Chabashira is without a doubt the dumbest plan to get away with murder I have ever heard. First, let's look at the scene of the crime. The murder takes place in this room. Kiyo brings 4 other people, Shoichi, Kokichi, Himiko, and Tenko, into the room with him to perform a ritual to commune with the dead. 4 of the 5 participants, including Kiyo, stand in one of the room's corners, while the victim, Tenko, lays in the middle of the room to act as a spirit's vessel. Okay. Already, let's fucking stop. Kiyo, you are the only one who knows how the ritual works. Tenko is killed during the ritual. The ritual that you designed. The ritual that you pitched to everybody. You are giving meticulous instructions on exactly how and where everyone should be. This already makes you the prime suspect in your own crime. Okay. Continuing. With the 4 participants in place and Tenko in the center underneath the cage and sheet that they all watched Korekiyo set up, the lights are turned off and the room is pitch black while the 4 sing the chant and Kiyo commits the murder. Okay, lights back on. Obviously, everyone realizes that Tenko is fucking dead now. So what's the plan, Kiyo? Alright, all the lights are out, it's pitch black, so yeah. Technically, nobody saw you do it, but if a murder happens in a pitch black room where nobody can enter or exit because, it's pitch black and the door is closed, you'd see their flashlight or a candle or something if somebody else entered. The killer is obviously going to be assumed to be one of the 4 people in the room. You are actively narrowing the potential list of suspects down to 4. And one of them is you!
Your deductions are fiction.
Yeah, there's the wonky floorboard underneath Tenko's body where it's briefly suspected that someone could have gone underneath and stabbed from between the floorboards. But as soon as they figure out that that's not the case, you're fucked. There's only 4 people who were in the room and could have done it. This plan sucks. Now, for the sake of the game, the actual murder is very detailed and methodical, so that the player has to solve every single piece and definitively prove that Korekiyo did it. But like in-universe, the way that the killing game works is by voting. So if your plan worked perfectly, they couldn't figure it out. Who do you think they're going to vote for anyways? You! The guy who proposed the ritual, set it up, knew all the details, etc.
Your deductions are fiction.
But he was in the corner too. There's no way he could have gotten to the center in the dark and completed the murder and then got flawlessly back to his spot. Yeah, okay. Let's say they don't figure out the little trick he used with the salt to move around in the dark. They don't have to. Just because they can't figure out exactly how you did it, doesn't mean you didn't do it. You are still going to be, hands down, the most likely suspect. What the fuck are you thinking, Kyo? This plan is awful. You made yourself the central figure of a murder. You orchestrated it almost single-handedly and actively placed 3 witnesses there as you committed the murder. Why? Do you think that if they can't figure out exactly how the murder happened, they're just gonna say, fuck it, I guess we can't vote and all have to die? After all, we can't prove it with 100% accuracy. We can't prove it without a shadow of the doubt, so I guess we just give up? No! They're gonna vote anyways. And they're going to guess. And they're going to guess you. Putting the whole Angie's murder being the pivotal case of the trial aside, just looking at the logistics of Tenko's murder here, the plan is terrible. If you're going to place 3 other people in the room for some reason, at least try to convincingly frame one of them. This plan sucks. Your motive sucks. Your weird psychosexual obsession with your sister sucks. You suck. You suck. You suck. At least we get some good out of it. The fit is unfortunately hard. Tenku was annoying and now she's gone. And Kyo's breakdown is one of the series' most iconic.
Apologize. Come on, apologize. 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 Come on. Apologize. 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 Apologize.
What the hell are you mumbling about? You're giving me the goddamn willies!
Almost seems like he's talking with someone.
Someone? He's just talking to himself! And why the hell is he wearing lipstick?
And on a personal note, Cultural Melting Pot is one of my favorite executions. It's absolutely brutal, and I think it's wacky and fun in the best way. So my friends, that's my case for why Korekiyo Shinguji is the dumbest killer in Danganronpa. Now, 3-3, transfer student from Beyond the Grave, also happens to be one of the only 2 chapters in the franchise that I would call outright bad. Thank you for watching up to this point, have a great day, and check out the channel for more killer deductions.